Yo, what's up guys, it's Melontosh here, and I am back for week 5 of the GPC, and we have got our team builder for Josh and the Texas Turtwigs. We came off a really difficult loss last week against Dom and his Richmond Rayquazas. If you would like and enjoy choking, whether that's on, I don't know, every house day appliances or in Pokemon games, go ahead and check out the battle, last week's battle. It should be at the end of this video. So, sigh. I won't say sorry for not having many uploads. I've been really busy, like crazily busy. And I'm kind of just uploading when I feel like uploading at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it. So we're currently 1-4 with -8 differential, and we are sitting in a relegation zone, so we really need to fight to get out of the relegation zone. If we were 2-3 right now, we'd be out of the relegation zone, and we'd be in a shot with getting back in this season. But I think at the moment, I've got to avoid a relegation now. You know, I'm going to take every match as it comes. I'm going to try and win every match, and we'll see what happens from there. But, you know, we got some tough opponents coming up. So, this is a matchup I feel like we really have to win, because I feel like the matchup is in our favour. However, Josh is an excellent player, and kind of gave us the booty last season. For sure. So the team that Josh has drafted this season is Mega Pinsir, Starmie, Cobalion, Sylveon, Flygon, Rotom, Piloswine, which he loves, Alolan, Muk, Magmortar, Dusknoir, and Trubbish. So in case you did not know, off the top of my head, my roster is Clefable, Mega Scizor, Salamence, Slowbro, Heatran, Tangela, Azelf, Ambipom, Skuntank, Rhydon, and Manectric. So, the 6 I decided to bring were the Manectric, the Clefable, the Salamence, the Heatran, the Skuntank, and the Mega Scizor. So, first of all, I feel like we got the team matchup just because I'll explain as we go in. I always get like caught up over my words in team builders. I'm not really sure why. So first up, we've got Bolt the Manectric with the Flame Orb. Static, of course, that should be Lightning Rod. I don't know why it's not Lightning Rod. I'll have to make sure that's changed for the match anyways. So we've got Manectric with the Flame Orb here, Switch, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and Flamethrower. The idea is basically I'm going to lead with this Manectric. I'm very much expecting him to lead with Cobalion, Piloswine, Rotom. That's kind of what I would say he's going to lead with. Maybe Flygon if it's choiced a Scarf. But so, if I'm leading with this thing, if he leads with the Rotom, he may just want to fire off Leaf Storm and get loads of damage, but I really doubt that, because I think the thing is, Piloswine is just such a good switch into the Manectric. Like, the worst thing I can do to it is Toxic, and literally my Flamethrower is going to do, like, what? I don't know, like 20% max or something, unless it's like Scarf. Maybe I'll do 25%, but who brings Scarf Piloswine? I don't think he's going to be bringing Scarf Piloswine, but there we go. Oh my god, I just turned my music up really loud. Although I have seen it. And it actually worked decently well, but I just don't think he's going to end up bringing it. So hopefully I can go for the switcher on the Piloswine, get rid of its Eviolite, making it so much easier to kill. Giving me the Eviolite as well, which means later on in the game I can get rid of something else in this team's item, and give them the Eviolite, which is basically pointless. So that is great. If he does decide to switch into Flygon, then Flygon gets burnt as well, but I don't think he's going to do that, because Flygon doesn't want to take a hit about Ice, and that's a prediction that I could make. I mean, it's not one that I ever would make, but it's something that's got to be going through his head. And I'm not really expecting him. And if he leads with Cobalion, then I think he'll end up going to Piloswine anyway. He doesn't want to take a Flamethrower. If he does lead with the Rotor, and also I could be Scarf Manectric. So if he leads with the Flygon, I don't think he wants to take a hit about Ice. Maybe he'll risk it and go for the Earthquake, but then Manectric goes down. It's not the most important member of my team. It's nice to have, and Piloswine being burnt is great for me, because it means that Mence can take an Ice Shard much easier. It means that my Heatran literally will take nothing if I switch it in on an Earthquake, or not nothing. But you'll see as my Heatran, his Sugar Berry won't take as much from the Earthquake really. And all-round Scizor as well can set up on it, easy peasy lemon and squeezy. So that would be fantastic, really. That's the plan with that. And then Manectric's kind of just there to Volt Switch and Thunderbolt around his team. It's definitely my most expendable member on the team, I would say. That and Heatran, really. So, next up is Bridget the Clefable, who's actually Choice Scarf with Moonblast, Empire Rock, Thunderbolt, and Flamethrower. So basically this is my offensive check to the Scizor, because I'm quite bulky, I'm naturally bulky. Quick attack's not going to be doing that much to me even at +2. I mean, it's going to do a lot of +2, but easily livable, and I'm not going to take rocks damage, so I'm not going to be able to have to keep it healthy and then healthier above rocks and all that jazz. And Hidden Power of Rock is a roll to kill the Mega Pinsir, I believe. But I'm hoping for a little bit of damage on the Mega Pinsir before I do so. And even that, he doesn't want to trade to the Fable for Mega Pinsir. He doesn't want to make that trade, so that's good for me. Although I'm kind of hoping it'll be late game. I'm expecting him to want to use the Pinsir late game. So that's kind of my hopes there. Next up is Salamence, which is actually going to work as my switch in, because basically my idea with the whole team was that I was going to go very, very offensive. This is I want to say it's a bulky offensive team, but it's kind of hyper offense for my team. There's nothing that isn't offensive on my team, so that's nice. I feel like I play much better with teams like that. In general, I'm not really sure why I keep drafting so much bulk when I definitely play better with teams like that, but there we go, lessons learned. And my first season of GPC, I had a much, I know the competition has gone up, but I had a much more offensive team, and I just enjoyed building with it more, and I'm way better than I was then. That was my first ever draft season. So so we've got Sugar Berry Heatran with enough speed to outspeed a bulky Rotom Mow, and then Stealth Rocks, Flash Cannon, Flamethrower, and Earth Power. I've got the Sugar Berry, so I can take Earthquakes from a Flygon and go with Flash Cannons, can do a lot. Pillar Swine as well, although it depends on the set. Most likely I'm going to be able to OHKO with Flash Cannon. And the Magmortar also, I can take a Earthquake from, although Magmortar does outspeed me, and I probably won't kill with Earth Power, but I think I kill after Stealth Rocks with an Earth Power, so that is great. And I know I'm not that invested in special attack. I've 176, but I am modest, so it's quite a lot of investment. I wanted to be bulkier because it's also going to act as my switch into the Alolan Muck if it's putting me in bad situations. It's not the end of the world if Heatran gets its Sugar Berry knocked off, especially if it's used. Then knockoff's not going to be doing too much to me, and also he's probably going to have Fire Punch or Fire Blast, or for my Sizzle. So he may want to make that prediction and go. If I go into my Heatran, I get the Flash Fire Boost, which is lovely. But my aim with Heatran is to get rocks up, but to be honest with you, I couldn't see a way where I was going to be able to keep rocks up this match. The Starmie was too good a spinner and put too much pressure on a lot of my things, that although I need to have rocks, and it's nice to force Starmie to go for the rapid spin, but I didn't think I was going to be able to keep rocks up this game. So Heatran is not, it's probably the next most expendable after Bolt on my team. And my game plan with the Heatran is to play risky, because obviously because I got the Sugar Berry, I'll be staying in on Flygon. I'll be staying in on the Pinsir even, because I do expect he could bring close combat, but I am expecting Earthquake, because Earthquake is good against my team. So I'm definitely expecting Earthquake. But yeah, because, and even against things like the Cobalion, or the Rotom or the Starmie, especially if I have rocks up, I'm willing just to Earth Power the Starmie, and try and put lots of pressure on it that way, and then go out to my Skuntank on the recover. That would be fantastic. But either way, I'm going to be playing with risky with my Heatran this game. I don't feel like I need it. If it goes down, it's not the end of the world, but I feel like if I do play risky with it, it has the potential to put in a lot of work. So that's kind of the game plan with Heatran. Next up is Stella, the Skuntank with Assault Vest, Aftermath, Flamethrower, Pursuit, Crunch, and Poison Jab. Aftermath is great because stuff like the Pinsir, if it's kind of low and running house through my team, I can save the Skuntank. These are going to hit me and die to Aftermath. Same with Cobalion, Flygon even. And there's just quite a few of his mons that Aftermath can actually affect. So that's a really good thing that I need to keep in the back of my mind throughout the game, that I can use Skuntank just to get a little bit of damage off, as I do not have Sucker Punch. I've got Flamethrower, Pursuit, Crunch, and Poison Jab. So this thing can kind of take on a Sylveon. If it's not Specs, then it kind of won't take on a Sylveon, but I'm really not expecting Sylveon. I've got a Heatran, I've got a Sizzle. I mean, Heatran will probably be my Sylveon switch in, but I'm really not expecting it, because I can just build a punch with Sizzle as well. If he brings out, I think it will be the Steel Berry, I can't remember what it's called, Beetle Berry or something like that. But this thing basically here to take on the Starmie. Now I know Starmie gets access to Scald, and that can burn me, and I tried making a special set, but Dark Pulse just doesn't do enough. At the end of the day, Dark Pulse doesn't do enough. It's nice to have the Pursuit chance. And crunch when I'm burned to a Starmie, it still does a decent amount. He's not going to come off healthy whatsoever, and I should be able to revenge him with my Clefable or my Bolt or even my Ment, or Sizzle can take 1 HP fire, which is absolutely fabulous. And I can pursue him as well. It's kind of mind games here, but I'm expecting probably a spinning, recovering Starmie. But I think he'll be offensive, but not like, but like offensive recover, so like some HP, a lot in special attack, and some speed. Although maybe he'd have to be max speed. I'm not sure. Actually, Starmie can be pretty much anything, but I think offensive is likely to come. But he could bring like a utility as well. I don't know. It's hard. Starmie's a great mon and very versatile, so it's kind of hard for me to predict. But I am ready for both. And next up is Edward the Mega Sizzle, who can actually put in so much work this game. Josh does not like Mega Sizzle whatsoever. I knew as soon as I wanted to bring a offensive version of this thing. Originally, I actually had Agility Sizzle because it does a lot to his team, and I figured he may want to switch Starmie in on me or on a predicted Bullet Punch. If I go for Agility, then Bug Bite is just going to kill. But the thing I kind of thought is I can just go for the Bug Bite. But the other thing is if I do go for the Agility and he doesn't go into Starmie, that means he can't switch into Starmie after he sacks someone, which is just awesome. And Iron Head does about half to a Mega Pincer. Bug Bite kills you. Superpower does a lot to you, but the thing is with Agility, it's actually had Brick Break, so it still does a lot. It does about 60%, I think, with the Brick Break, because I can't allow my attack to get lowered. Sylveon, Iron Head, sorry, I had takes you out loads. Iron Head really does a lot to the Flygon. Bug Bite does a lot to you. Superpower to you. Bug Bite does a decent amount to the Mark, depending on its set, but it does quite a lot. Magmortar takes me on really, really well, but I'd want to get rid of Magmortar before that, and I'm really not expecting Dusknoir or Trubbish, but either way, I feel like Bug Bite does a lot to... Oh no, Bug Bite won't do too much to you, and Trubbish should be able to take you on, but I'm just really not expecting them. I don't think they match up well against my team whatsoever. Although Dusknoir guess could have Earthquake and things like that, but I don't know. I'm just not expecting it. Yeah, I ended up going with a just max HP, max attack, Sizzle, Adamant, with Swords Dance, Bullet Punch, Bug Bite, and the Superpower. I figured the only thing, I'm gonna go for Bullet Punch against Sizzle, against Pincer. After Rocks, I think a +2 it kills, depending on his set. Starmie, yeah, I can take. I know it's tough, but Bullet Punch, it does an okay amount. It's not great. I can take a HP Fire and go for Bug Bite. I don't really want to be setting up his Starmie around, and I know he's going to save Starmie for late game, but just because I get an SD up doesn't mean I can't save it. It means I'm going to get a kill, so that's great. Superpower, I can take a HP Fire from the Cabalio and go for Superpower. That will kill. Bullet Punch will kill the Sylveon, I think, behind a BF Berry, but I'm going to have to check this after this. Bullet Punch kills Flygon, basically. I think, actually, if it's defensive Flygon, he'll live. And then he can take me out of the Fire Blast, but I don't expect him to bring defensive Flygon just because I've got a Slowbro. I feel like he could bring like a Buggy MZ Flygon, or maybe he could go fully special and have like Giga Drain, Draco, Earth Power, and that way my Salamence Intimidate wouldn't matter as much. But that's great because things with Flygon is I can switch in my Salamence because I've got a Sizzle and a Heatran. And a Clefable, so why on earth would you just go for predict my Salamence to come in and go for a Dragon move? I've got so many switches to it that it's more likely he's going to predict the Fire move or go for the Earthquake or even the Iron Tail, something like that. I don't know if it gets Flash Cannon, I don't think it gets that much coverage. Bullet Punch doesn't do too much to the Rotom Mow, and it's definitely going to be an issue because he can Will-O-Wisp me, but even after a Will-O-Wisp, Bug Bite does a lot to you, and I have decent switch-ins to you, so... Like, I can just switch in the Heatran. Maybe he'll Volt Switch, but that's pretty bold. So with a Mega Sizzle sitting in front of you. Pillar Swine, Bullet Punch does so much, so does Superpower. Bug Bite, and Bug Bite does a lot to the Muck. The Magmortar actually takes it pretty well. He's not going to take a Superpower well at all, but he can switch in on me, outspeed me. He's going to take a Bullet Punch okay. Dusknoir is not going to take it on well, neither is Trubbish. So that's basically the Sizzle. I feel like Sizzle can put in a lot of work, but I feel like my win con my win con is probably Sizzle, but I don't think it's going to be cleaning up endgame. I feel like it's kind of going to be, I wouldn't say a wall breaker, but it's going to be putting a lot of pressure on. But if I need to save it for war late game, I will. So that is my win on this match. Hopefully, I'm hoping that Scarf Clefable can put in some work, and I'm actually hoping that Ment is another potential win con. If I get up a DD, I do a lot to his team. I do a lot to his team, so kind of Scissor breaks through the stuff that Mens can't deal with, then I get up a DD and go for the W there. The only problem is he's not really going to want to sack the Pillar Swine to the Scissor if I still have Mens around, but then he has to sack something else and his life starts becoming a little bit harder. So that is the team. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know in the comment section down below if you think we're going to win. Josh is currently sitting at 3-2, I think. He's 5th, so he's 1 place outside of playoffs. And there you see how close this season is. That the other 2 players are also on 3-2. Outside of playoffs, inside playoffs, 3 and 4 are both on 3-2, and then Josh is on 3-2, and so is Ethan. I think, yeah, so is Ethan. At 6 is on 3-2, and then it's like Trev at 7 and Turbo at 7 and Trev at 8, then Dom at 9, who's also on, and those 3 are all on 3-2. Then there's me on 1 and 4, and then there's Gareth, who's unfortunately struggling a little bit this season, but I don't think that's because he's a bad player or anything like that. I just don't think, like last season, the team really suited him, and I don't think he's just gelling with the team quite as well. And he's gone up some good players. I feel like he's got an easier schedule from now, so I definitely expect to see him get some wins. Which is someone who's going to be chasing off for that playoff spot, so it's not great. But you can see there is if I was 2 and 3 right now, how I'm 1 win away. I mean, obviously my differential was really bad, but I would be 1 win away from the guys in playoffs. If all those guys lost and I won, then I would be level. I'd be the same wins as them. But because I'm an absolute idiot, I didn't. So, but we're just going to have to hope we win. Because if we don't win, then this fight for playoffs is going to be tough. It's going to be tough because this is definitely one of our better matchups, and we've got some good players coming up. So we're going to have to go ahead and see if we can win this. But that is going to be all from me today, guys. Make sure you check out tomorrow for the match. I'm not sure what time, but it should be early-ish because it's actually mine and my girlfriend's anniversary tomorrow. So she's coming over, I'm making dinner, and we're spending all of Sunday together. So I should be able to get that up in the day, hopefully. But that's going to be all from me today, guys. If you guys did enjoy today's video, please leave a like rating down below. If you're feeling like an absolute legend, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. But other than that, I'll see you later.